Welcome, I'm Linda Baffa. Let's start on the back. Bring your feet about hip distance apart. Take your arms wide alongside your body like a T shape. Gently start to sway your knees side to side. And just feel yourself landing on the earth, feeling the rhythm of your legs as they flow gracefully. Starting to open the hips, the pelvis, low back. You might even feel this in the side body and the chest. Couple more. Good, and then go ahead and come back to neutral. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh and lift your left leg in the air. Now you can keep your arms out to the side or thread the needle and interlace your right hand through that window of your legs, hooking your fingers around your left leg. Try to relax your head and your shoulders and your face. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose, fill up, feel that flow of breath come in. And a long exhale, let it go. And we'll hold here for a few more rounds of breath. And I want you to feel the rhythm of the breath connecting to the sensations in your body. Just like ocean waves, the breath flows in and out, up and down. You might even hear the breath at the back of the throat, a soft whispery sound. And gently switch your legs, left ankle over the right thigh. This stretch is so great for our outer hips and our low back. It really offers a lot of flexibility into these larger muscle groups that we use so often. And just keep riding the waves of your breath here, softly and smoothly. One more breath. Good. Go ahead and release. Hug both knees into the chest. And then widen your knees here, holding each knee with each hand, and just start to rock a little side to side. Feel the hip flexors here. Feel that full flexion of pulling the knees in towards the chest. You can stay here or take it to happy baby. Grab your feet or your ankles. The feet flexing up towards the sky, and you'll just again maybe rock a little side to side, feeling a gentle rhythm in your body. Good, then go ahead and hug both knees into your chest, and let's start to rock ourselves up. You can also roll to the side and come to your hands and your knees. So spread your knees a little bit wider apart. Let there be space for your belly and your ribs, and then let your head come down and just hang in its own weight or touch the earth. Take some deeper breaths here into the back body, into the sides of your ribs, into the upper back. As you exhale, feel yourself melt and sink and drop in. This shape is all about surrender. Feel yourself going inward, connecting to yourself, and letting go. Letting go of any crazy ups or crazy downs that you may be experiencing, and just finding a space that feels lighter. Perhaps you can visualize some unnecessary thoughts in the mind, and through the energy of your breath, softly letting go anything unnecessary. Let's take one more big breath here. Fill up, fill up. And let go, let go. And rise up, hands and knees. And let's get the shoulders a little by walking the arms forward. Keep the hips right over your knees here and just melt your heart. Your forehead might touch the mat or your chin. Good, and then you're just gonna breathe here right into your chest. Those of you who actually ride the waves, all that paddling, just feeling so much release here in your heart, in your shoulders, creating a little more room for your beautiful breath. Good, one more breath. And then go ahead and come back up, hands and knees. And let's start to take just a few rounds of a cat-cow. So inhale, stretch the heart forward, lift your gaze, and as you exhale, push and round. And again, just really tuning into the rhythm of the breath as a way of moving your body. Imagine that you couldn't move the body unless the breath instigated the movement. Good. Take it into an easy downward dog. Tuck your toes, lift your hips up and back. And take a few deep breaths here, maybe bending your knees. Drop your head and really feel that release again in the brain, in your thoughts. Clearing and letting go. Good. Take a few paddles of your feet, a few nods of your head. Opening up your hamstrings, your back muscles. Take one more cycle of breath. And then walk your hands back towards your feet and slowly roll up, ragdoll. One vertebra at a time. And then take a few shoulder rolls, maybe a neck roll. Good, and then let's take a wide straddle on the mat. Point your toes out, knees right over your second and third toes here. Horse stance. This is great for opening the hips, and it's also great for strengthening the legs and grounding down into the earth. So breathe here, or if you want to take it deeper, you could wiggle your feet a little closer together and squat all the way down into Malasana. And this is great for a little bit more flexion in the hips, opening the pelvis. You could put your hands in a prayer at your heart, or you could even take your hands out in front of you and just feel your spine unwind. Let's take 2 more breaths. Beautiful. And then let's all come back to horse stance. And just for a few more breaths, really ground into the feet. Feel that strength in your legs, feel the support, and start to wave your shoulders side to side. Like this. And just feel this gentle flow, this ease, releasing a little deeper in the shoulders and the hips. 2 more breaths. Good, come back to center, slowly straighten the legs. Good, and then let's come back down, hands and knees. Right leg's gonna swing up and do a few circles, just to get those hips a little more open. When you're ready, you're gonna step your right foot all the way by your right thumb, and then bring both hands inside your right foot, lizard lunge. You might wiggle that right foot over to the right a little bit more, and then just let that left hip melt forward. Come back to the rhythm and flow of your breath. Maybe drop down to your elbows for a little more sensation. Drop your head. And again, come back to what's going on in that brain of yours. Any stresses, anything you're processing right now. Feel the energy of moving and shifting. We don't really get to choose what happens to us and what we experience in this life, but we get to choose our reactions, and we get to practice, like here, right now, breathing, letting go what is not serving us. Take one more breath. Come up to your hands. Wiggle your right foot over to the left, pigeon pose. Right knee is going to come behind the right wrist. You're going to puff up your chest a little, and maybe your right hip's quite lifted here. That's totally fine. If this is way too much in the hip, feel free to come back to thread the needle like we did earlier. Option to stay on the hands, or you could come down to the elbows again for 5 breaths. Pigeon is a great shape to check in with any resistance, to breathe through any challenges. Practice it here and now with your breath. And bonus, we're opening up our beautiful hips that work so hard for us, giving us more range of motion, more flexibility. One more breath. And we'll go ahead and come back up, back to your hands and knees. Give that right leg a little movement again. And then the left leg lifts up. Give it a nice swing. And step it forward, coming to lizard on the other side. Left foot wiggles over, hands inside the foot. Maybe wiggle that right knee back, and you can stay here or drop down and deepen in. So let's come back to the sensation of the breath, waving in and out. Just like the waves come on and off the shore. The thing about the breath is it brings us back to ourselves. It brings us back to center. Just like nature, just like the ocean, just like the earth energy, the forests, the mountains. We come back to source through the breath. And slowly coming up, take it into your single pigeon, wiggling that left foot over towards the right side of the mat. Lower the left knee down, puff up your chest, and either hold here or come down to your elbows. Really soften the face here. Maybe take an audible sigh out your mouth. Just encouraging the body to really let go so that we can feel more ease, we can feel more flow. We may not feel it in this moment, but we're practicing peace. We're practicing serenity. We're practicing this ability to simply surrender no matter what's going on in our lives. Stay with it. 3 more breaths. And then come up slowly, back to your hands and your knees. Give that left leg a little swing. And then just sit comfortably on your mats. If you'd like to take a Shavasana, lie down, take a few moments to relax. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Be well. Namaste.